am I here today?
What are your issues today on Labor Day? 2018.
On Labor Day. The issue is Kaiser has not came to the table to bargain with us for a contract.
Why not?
The issue is patient care. We're healthcare workers and we're concerned about the patients. So we want to make sure that patient care is taken care of and that also that Kaiser comes and negotiates with us fairly at the bargaining table, but it's mainly about patient care. If they outsource jobs, patient care will definitely be affected. I've been with Kaiser 22 years. I'm a radiologic technologist and I care about my patients. When they come back for their mammograms, they ask for me by name. They wouldn't know a traveler, and they don't want travelers in that facility. Our patients deserve people who are invested in their health care and who care about them.
And why are they outsourcing?
Because they don't want to pay the benefits, and they don't want to have to pay the pension. But Kaiser is making $1.1 billion a quarter. They can afford the benefits and they can afford the pension. And we work really hard. And our patients, they love us just like we love on them, and we deserve it and they deserve it.
I thought they're a nonprofit.
Yeah, so do we. They are a nonprofit, but Kaiser's gross $1.1 billion in profit.
Where's that profit going? It's barely not going to you guys.
And that's true. So not going to labor. In the Central Valley where I live, they want new employees to take a 20% pay cut, and that's not acceptable. They want to outsource the warehouse workers. They want to outsource pharmacy. They want to, in Manteca where I'm at, they just decided to do a reduction in force on some respiratory therapists. It's not fair.
And I understand also they were discriminating against the orthotechs out there.
I've read it in the news.
They were trying to get rid of them and they were injuring.
You know what? I'm going to have to wrap it up. Thank you.
My name is Omar Jackson, and my wife is a healthcare worker for Kaiser, has been for 21 years. You just finished talking to her. And I'm out here supporting because her rights is my rights. I have benefits too. So I'm out here to support and do whatever I can to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have to commute?
Oh yeah, from Modesto.
What's that like having the driver?
You know, I'm a truck driver. So it's not that big a deal for me, but for everybody else it is. And this is an important event that everybody should attend.
But your family, how does it affect family?
Oh, definitely. It's hard. Traffic, you know. You out here and you're trying to work, and you have to sit in traffic and burn your money and your time, and at the same time your wages are trying to be cut and your benefits are being cut, and we're supposed to sit down and just watch it happen. It can't happen that way.
Okay, thank you. And why aren't they sitting down at the bargaining table?
They're greedy, money hungry.
What kind of work do you do?
Dialysis.
Thank you. What's your name?
Veronica.
Thanks, Veronica. Can you talk about why you're out here today on Labor Day? What does Labor Day 2018
Let me
mean?
grab my group.
Okay.
Let me grab my group. Tedros?
Yeah.
Do you want to step up and say anything, Chris? Anything?
Sure. What was the question?
Well, Labor Day 2018, it seems like a lot of people are pretty unhappy here. They're in mass out here. Why are people so unhappy about what's going on at Kaiser?
We just people want fairness and to have simple bargaining and have partnership, and people just want to be treated fairly. That's the main thing.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm an X-ray technologist.
How long have you worked for Kaiser?
18 years.
Long time.
Yeah, long time. Yeah.
So they want to outsource. Why? I thought they're a nonprofit.
There's some areas that profession that might be profitable for them to outsource, but
lower wages.
Yeah, low wages and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what it is.
What's your name?
Tedros.
Jeannie, thank you.
What's going on? There's a big crowd here. Is this the biggest turnout I've seen for a long time?
There's a lot of people here today because we all support one another as workers.
And where do you work at?
Santa Rosa Kaiser.
And just the cost of living for Kaiser workers. How do you live in Santa Rosa?
Hey, it's difficult, and if you're a single person, man or woman, it's really difficult. So we deserve to be paid well for the performance that we do for our patients, and we love our patients. We're a customer focus, and we want to stay in our jobs, and we want to keep the jobs for the workers that we do have.
And how long have you worked for Kaiser?
10 years.
10 years. It seems like they're taking a hard line against the unions.
Well, they're not coming to the bargaining table.
And they say they're a nonprofit. They don't really make profit.
Well, you see a lot of people here that says they do make profit.
Okay, thanks.
So I disagree.
Okay, thanks.
Justice is under attack. What do we do?
Can you talk about out here today? What you?
Fresno, pues sí, me gustaría que tuviéramos una mejor oportunidad de salud, porque también como hay mucho diabetes y mucha gente que está enferma, y la verdad ya llega la gente a una edad, que ni se puede deshabilitar, ni puede trabajar, ni puede encontrar trabajo, y por estar enfermos estamos más pobres que cualquier gente, y estamos en Estados Unidos, es un país rico, y no necesitamos que estar enfermos realmente de muerte para poder agarrar un seguro social o para agarrar un retiro, porque realmente hay mucha gente enferma que no les dan un retiro porque todavía no cumplen la edad, pero están realmente enfermos que no se van a andar desmayando en el trabajo, y es porque la salud no nos ayuda. Los doctores no nos ayudan, porque cuando vamos al doctor dicen, tú estás bien, pero no saben si esa persona se va a desmayar en el trabajo, no les importa. Entonces sí necesitamos una mejor ayuda médica para que a esa persona se atiendan bien, se les mande con un especialista, porque los doctores ni siquiera quieren mandarlos con un especialista. Entonces nomás les dan medicina y están bien, vete a trabajar. Se están haciendo otras enfermedades con esas medicinas que ni siquiera se las dan acertadas. Eso me gustaría a mí, y eso es lo que yo pediría al gobierno, que una mejor salud para todos.
Your name or not?
Mi nombre es Margarita Villaseñor y soy de Fresno, California.
What Labor Day means to me, that we need to continue to fight for the rights of all of, not only the labor workers, but their families and communities, because it's something for all of us. Every American is what it's for.
Well, I understand Kaiser is trying to outsource. Why would they be trying to outsource?
Greed, that's all it is. The rich get richer, that's what they want. And what they fail to acknowledge is that they get their money off our backs.
What's your name?
My name is Jennifer Key.
Where do you work?
I work at Kaiser, Oakland. I'm a social worker, so you know I'm feeling this.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. What's this about? Patient care. 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 What's this about? Patient care.
Chemo drug that was no good, and I alerted the supervisor, and we alerted the pharmacist to come down. He found out it wasn't no good either. So things like that, if you outsource it, they wouldn't take the time to know that it was no good. I've been there 20 years, so I can basically tell if something come in is not packaged right, and a lot of damaged product come in. We make sure that no damaged stuff get out. We make sure all the right stuff gets to all the patients, and we take very good pride in that. Yes. Right.
They contract out for cheaper.
Yeah, it won't be as quality as work like that.
They're trying to go to Tracy, or they're trying to go?
They're trying to get rid of it completely.
Yeah.
They're trying to give it to another company, UPS.
Yeah, UPS, like out of state.
Yeah. So because we work hard over there, and what we do over there, we make sure, like I said up on stage, we make sure every Kaiser patient gets their drugs on time. And like Paris said, he finds all the stuff. He's there shipping. He knows we're Kaiser employees and we love Kaiser, so we go do the extra mile. When you get out to UPS, they don't care about their patients like we do. The patient care, even though we don't get to be with the patients, we know what we're doing at that warehouse is helping save their lives.
Right.
And you can't outsource that right there.
You can't outsource it.
How many are you there?
It's 56. Oh, is it 50?
56 somewhere in Oakland.
And a total of 99 altogether between the whole Livermore Distribution Center. So, and then the other job that's been outsourced would be the drivers and transportation. So I am the face of the drivers, and they gave them a 60-day notice to find that they won't have a job.
You do the packaging at the center, then you drive it out?
So I drive transportation, so I shuttle drive for the members to take them to and from the facilities to get them to where they got to go. And they gave them papers to outsource their jobs. And so I have to find a job within the union, or I have a year to go find a job somewhere else. So, and I have 6 kids, and I just bought a house. And so it's important that we get politicians to fall behind us and let Kaiser know that our lives really do matter. Yes. So we thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should nonprofits be able to outsource? What's your position on that?
Should nonprofits anytime be able to outsource?
Yeah, like Kaiser. I mean, they're nonprofit.
We're talking about Kaiser today.
They get subsidies. You think they should be allowed to?
I generally oppose outsourcing. I support good union labor jobs that treat people with respect and dignity, that have fair and safe working conditions, that have decent living wages, that have retirement security and health care. So I generally oppose outsourcing.
Would you put a bill in to prevent nonprofit hospitals in California from outsourcing?
We'll have to talk about that.
What do you think of the idea?
Willing to listen to it? So, but these workers are fighting for our communities, are doing a great job, and I support workers. This is a day where we stand up for our workers and our working families. Unions have allowed my family to realize the middle class dream. My parents worked for the United Farm Workers of America. We lived a stone's throw away from Cesar Chavez. I was in a union, my parents were in a union, they were in SEIU, they were state employees, and unions help people have better lives, and I support that. And I support these workers here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what's your name?
Paris,
How long have you worked for Kaiser?
20 years.
And they're trying to outsource you.
Right.
They say they're a nonprofit. What do you think about that? I think they're doing it for profits?
I think so. I think so now. Yeah, I think so now.
You think they want cheaper workers or lower paid workers?
Yes, they do. Yes, that's what they want.
I mean, healthcare, it seems like workers should get good care, good benefits, especially at a hospital chain. What do you think about the whole idea of trying to outsource?
I think it's bad. It's bad for the community. It's bad for everybody.
And driver, you've been a driver?
Yes, for 2 years.
What are if you were forced to get another job, your wages, conditions, benefits are going to go way down?
That would be correct, yes. So lucky I'm able to stay with the union and support all my coworkers and help Harvey and them to try to keep their jobs.
Do you think these hospitals that call themselves nonprofit should be able to outsource their workers?
Never at all.
No, we definitely don't think so. I mean, we're part of a team here. We're what makes Kaiser great. And see, when you start outsourcing to UPS and all these, they talk about Walmart, they talk about Amazon. When you start, they don't care about you because there's other facilities that they have to deal with, but they don't have to deal with Kaiser stuff. We're Kaiser employees, and we know Kaiser's way of doing things, and we make sure we do the best job that we can do.
And is this a strike issue for the union?
I mean, it can be. Right now we're just letting them know that, hey, we're here, and we're here to fight, and if you don't want to play fair, that might be a next move.
Could that be a strike issue?
That could be.
In other words, the union could say, you're not going to outsource.
Hey, we want them to stop outsourcing, so we got to do
get back to the table. We want them back to the table for.
These executives, they're making millions of dollars. Yes. They don't want to cut their pay.
Right, they definitely don't want to cut their pay, But like I said, we do a solid job for Kaiser, and we don't want our pay to get cut either. So, we have to take other jobs. We're going to have to take a pay cut. But like I said,
well, why should you? It costs more to live in the Bay Area. How do you live in the Bay Area?
Exactly, we shouldn't. That's why we're fighting out here. That's why everybody out here is putting up the fight, because we want Kaiser to know it's not cheap to live out here. And what we do for you, we make you strong.
And you have 6 kids.
Yes, I do.
How do you survive?
By God. God helps me. That's how I get by, but I work hard. I'm glad that SEIU is out here fighting, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have a job, because the way Kaiser's going, Kaiser doesn't want me to have a job. So I owe it all to God to keep me humble and realize that we're out here to fight for all the other employees.
How many drivers are there at Kaiser?
There's about 16 parking attendants and drivers that will be outsourced.
That's in Oakland?
That's in San Francisco.
So you work in San Francisco?
Yes, that's where my job is, but I work for them also. I work for the union.
UC is trying to outsource all these big health chains are trying to outsource. I mean, it seems like they're saying that they don't want to afford to pay decent wages and conditions to the benefits for workers who work for them.
Yes, that's what I see. And it's unfortunate, if they can make us pay into the health care and pay our own benefits when we're providing patient care and quality service. And that's what we want to continue to do, give quality service to the patients.
I know a lot of their workers are hurt on the job at Kaiser. I mean, you have a lot of problems, stress, that kind of, is that an issue?
Oh yeah, definitely an issue. I mean, like what we do, we help save lives. I mean, even though some of us don't touch the patient's hands on, we know that what we're doing is helping save lives. And that's not something you want to outsource.
And what can Kaiser members do about your situation? Can they protest and speak out?
They can call. They can call and write letters to Bernard Tyson and let Kaiser executives know how important it is that patient care matters and their quality of care is very important. So therefore, if they can all rally and send information to Kaiser's headquarters, that will help support.
Are you going to be leafleting the Kaisers, letting the members know? Because there are a lot of union members who are also fearful of outsourcing.
What? I didn't.
We leaflet all the time.
Yeah, you leaflet.
Weekly, there's always a leaflet.
I mean, there are a lot of union members who are members of Kaiser who face outsourcing too. I mean, outsourcing is a big issue.
I know, yeah, and we want to all come together so we don't have to worry about outsourcing. If you got time in a company and you've been loyal to that company, we want that company to be loyal back to us. So everybody who's going through this, we feel your pain and we're here to fight with y'all. Come fight with us and we'll come fight with you.
Same, exact thing he said. I feel the same way that he feels.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Harvey Pulliam.
My name is Crystal Pryor.
Paris Jennings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also,
Here today to help my brothers and sisters at Kaiser for a better pension, better pay, and they deserve it. They work hard. That's what I'm.
you're worried about your child's future?
Exactly, that too. My insurance and all of that. Everything that comes, my pension, everything.
What kind of work do you do at Kaiser?
I'm a transporter.
So
Yeah.
you're threatened possibly with outsourcing.
Yes, definitely. Exactly. That's what we're afraid of.
And you had to struggle to get this job. Was it a battle? You had a decent job?
Sometimes I have to have two jobs, but you do what you got to do in order to survive.
What does it mean in America, 2018 Labor Day? You have to work two jobs to take care of your family?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I think we shouldn't be doing that.
There's all this money. Kaiser's making a lot of money.
Exactly. Too much money. Like what? Maybe $4 billion or more $1 million. They're making a lot of money.
They want to get rid of your job.
Exactly. By outsourcing. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Ellie.
Thanks. I'm with
Carlos Taboada. I'm a candidate for school board in West Contra Costa Unified School District.
And why are you out here on Labor Day 2018 in Oakland in front of Kaiser?
Well, where else could one be on Labor Day? We are supporting here the hospital workers. Their jobs are being outsourced. And in a way, it's a situation very similar to what we are facing in West Contra Costa with the invasion of the charter school industry, because we are outsourcing. Right now, we are outsourcing about 20% of the student body is now enrolled in charter schools. That's a net loss of over $30 million for our district. And we can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. And I'm glad this is happening in Oakland, because if we don't watch where we're going, we're going to get there. And metaphorically speaking, West Contra Costa is heading toward Oakland. We're going to be in a very similar situation.
And they're contracting out, outsourcing all kinds of jobs at these charter schools. Are there any service workers in any charter school in West Contra Costa County?
No. As a matter of policy, charter schools do not hire unionized labor, either in the cafeteria, the classroom, and if they can get away with it, neither do they hire in the construction site. You need to force them and make an issue to have them hire union workers when they build their schools.
So is this union busting?
It is. There is no other word for it but union busting. That's what they're doing. And our programs, our academic programs, are being outsourced. That's another way of looking at it. They're being outsourced, and we are paying for it. You know, usually when you outsource something, you're saving money. Well, this is costing us money.
So you're hurt. So the people of Contra Costa County are actually going to be hurt by outsourcing, like Kaiser workers are hurt.
That's right. That's right. The same way the Kaiser workers are hurt, we are hurt in West Contra Costa. There is less money for programs. There's less money for teachers. There's less money for resources for our own real public school.
And these billionaires and millionaires like Ron Beller, they seem to be investing a lot of money in these charters.
Oh, they have, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes they don't have to invest a lot of money. Sometimes just $10 a month will guarantee you a lease in prime real estate for 40 years, like they have done with that former West Contra Costa lot on Dolan Way, right on top of the hill. It's been leased to the Caliber charter franchise for 40 years at $10 a year.
So that's a great deal for Ron Beller, the millionaire.
Oh, yes, a great deal for Ron Beller. And hey, what about us? I mean, 40 years from now, we're going to inherit whatever he builds up. It's going to belong, I guess, to my grandson's grandchildren.
and also, Ron Beller at Caliber got rid of the pension plan. The union pension plan. The teachers at Caliber have no union pension plan. They're not in CalSTRS.
That's right. That's one thing that is common to the overwhelming majority of teachers hired by the charter school industry. We don't realize that we are undermining our own future as teachers, because we pay their salaries, but they don't contribute to our retirement fund. So,
okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.